Oh yeah, I got my hood on. Oh shit. God damn it. Now I'm in trouble. I know who I am finally. Alright, fine. I'm busted. Mm-hmm. Yep. They caught me. I know who I am now. So, got my hood on. No. It's too late. Yep. Caught me. Have to escape to the woodland. I don't know. The merry folk will have to come and rescue Robin, or he'll be done. Yep, it's all over. Feels like it, you know. It's so weird. I have not adjusted to this whole thing, but I just look at it like, okay, well, either one of two things happens. Boosts up all the vaccine sales and whatever, boosts the stock market at the beginning of the year, okay, for one. Everybody rushes out, buy shit. TP, blobbity blibbity. So, next level. As we move forward, being calm, no one's here, that's fine. And having a clear focus, as I need to have, right? I'm gonna play some music soon. And not get in trouble for copyright. Let's play my own music. Right? Yeah. Nobody here. It is late. I'm not surprised. Let me get that real quick. Here we go. Patience. Thank you for your patience. All right. I like the tuners on this. These are really nice. Solid wood. So what you play? So I just play acoustic. So yeah, I'll play metal. Pedals, computer shit. You wouldn't be into that. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not. But I remember back to the coffee shop days and the open mind to see me and my friends carry home. Me and my friends, we were sharing how we felt around the circle. So way back when, tell you a story about a young man named Bob. Not me, another Bob. Hey, he's tall and he had long blonde hair, just like me. Well, he worked at that coffee shop on the bar. Bob had an interesting sense of humor, kind of dark a little bit, but he was funny as shit. Well, Bob decided one night he would take acid, and didn't turn out well. We'll just say that. And for one reason or another, he decided You play with the weapon. That wasn't a bad idea. I got real depressed. It's dangerous how you feel. But I still remember my friend. Even if you did a damn fool thing, well, I know it was a hard road. Ain't nothing for free, no. Ain't nothing for free. Just like a dog with a bone, being chewing away. Know you're gone, my friend, but goddamn, it's a rough way to go. Well, they said there was 2 inches of blood in the room, but yeah, good old Bob said, at least he got some use out of it, I never did. Heard him say from the other realm, yes, that dog was chewing on his skull, like I said, he said, at least he got some use out of it, I never did. Well, hey Bob, I remember you well. I sent you some love to the other world. That helps you be free. Wait for me, my friend. Straight off the cliff like an eagle. I know you gotta guard your heart well, sis. Oh, 'cause it's hard to live your life in a wheelchair. Well, you could see him in a wheelchair, but the man sure could play a guitar, says paint a picture so clear that you always see. Can I sit around one more time? Sit around for a while with me. Sorry, so you're sorry with me. Yeah. Hearts flame to burn. Yeah, I'm working on a song for a while, but I'm gonna keep it here now, sis. One more show now, one more for folk piles around. Cause it's all around here, oh, and you can't put a copyright on a folk soul, said hey. Shining like a light, shining like a light. And I can still remember when you floated by. Was the soul of my father waiting for you on the sunny side of town? 'Cause I ain't no clown for you. heard this song from the other world. Shine, shine like a folk soul. It's a dark day. Shine on, shine. Down on the sunny side of town, you. Straight folk soul on the side of the ground, waiting for you, come on. I hope you open the gateway. Walk straight on through, come on, baby, come on. It's all about love and anything else, leave you sitting on the side of the road. I'll be shaking there with no love, I got nothing at all but a folk soul. Leave you here on the side of the road. And some blind box sitting there waiting for you. Said, see him, man, invisible man. Those they said they don't want true love anymore. Well, the blind body sat there and cried. He said, I don't want my songs anymore. They don't even need true love to stay. Just a porn star on a quick time, that's all you got anyway. Hey, didn't want that. One lady on the breeze, yeah. I wasn't looking for a whore, I was looking for a queen. Oh, Robin, I don't know, sis. A little rough on the road, but that's the way it is. This is all improvisation right now, just live, just me flowing. I feel spirit of the land, man. From the Robin I walk, dry as I am deep down, 'cause I was shaking in some way. Tell me can't hunt in the woodland no more, called the King's Forest Eyes, high as the skies go. Yeah, I'm real hungry now, he says. Gotta do what a man gotta do. Robin now in a one-man crew. Yeah. Woodland said, don't call me a liar on the breeze, you know, 'cause I'm the real one. Robin I-O, Robin I-O, calling in the woodland deep. Wait. So that's what I've decided. I came back to help if I can. just crazy. I know. It's just a psychosis. That's all it is. Is that all it is? No. I can feel spirit of the land. You know it's real. Real. Easy. I'm used to being in the woodland. What do you expect? To adapt to technology? What do you expect me to do now? No help from modern humans either. What's I gonna do? Yeah. What? Am I written up yet? Did you fire me? I thought you fired me. But you didn't fire me. Okay. I had this feeling that said, Robin, come back. Don't go. So I said, all right, I will. I can't guarantee that I did not have a sip of mead before I played my instruments. I will do my best. What do you mean? It's not quite in tune. Remember that? I remember. I have a good memory. I don't know if I will play. It's not quite in tune, but I come on. I'm just like, screw it. So anyway, everyone's like talking shit. I'm like, come on, let's rock. All right, come on, give us something. I'm like, alrighty, merry man, why don't you just chime on in? Come on, you know what I'm saying? All I could do was laugh. On delay. Oh my God, secret ninja. Yes. Got you. In a nice way. If Robin's going to tease you, he does it in a nice way. You know, unless you're a jerk. Then, you know, of course. It's not our fault if something happens. Only if you knew. If you're not who I think you are, then you won't get any of those references, and it doesn't matter anyway. Am I that smart? Yes, I am. Does my memory work well? Yes, it does. Yes, it works very well. Excellent. In fact. I'm serious. I felt this trippy energy. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So I'm sitting here one night. And how do I explain this? It's like getting visited by Robin Hood and having Robin Hood screw with you and mess with you until you realize the connection. And it's not this cartoon character horseshit. People don't get it. It is fusion and connection to the land. That's why Robin could hear anywhere. What? Yes. Anywhere on earth. Not this cheesy shit. Not the Christian override. No. Supernatural Robin. Like he would, the immortal wild man poet that just appears out of the woodland. Is that not always something central? Think about it. I have all of the attributes. Are you comprehending what I am saying? People have statues of me worshiping my statue. What the hell? I'm just joking. Kind of. I'm not joking. Okay, fine. I am Robin. Now you know. Tell me I don't act that way. No. I could just be mental. Never know, never know. But what if the off chance Robin tests by saying you have to find it, right? He doesn't come to you. No. But then you would have to convince Robin to go on and say a merry adventure. Then you're talking. Till then, he's staying in the bunker, in the woodland, hiding in my oak. So in my imagination, in the other world, I live in an oak tree. Big one. It's hollowed out inside. Yep. Little stairs you can go up, play music up there or something, hang out. There's like a couch, whatever. Just like program reality to become whatever you want it to become, right? I thought of this principle, okay? What would happen if, say, the creation reset and we, who are the elves, got transported, say, to one gigantic tree, the IO. Now, imagine yet again, there is a well and a circular protection that would spin to create, like an axis mundi, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Central axis, that's the point. And nothing that was not 100% love of tribe, if it wasn't that, it could not come in. These are Robin's goddamn rules. No bitch asses. It is my tree. I made it. And goddamn it, the rules are enforced. And goth dancing is allowed. And there are no copyright blocks. Because you would be able to hear music anywhere in the tree. Selectively, of course. And as Robin, I would be able to hear everything that is going on in my tree. And I'm like that in life anyway. So I'm like, okay, well, what is going on here? What can I say? I don't know what to say. It's weird. There are so many connections. My nature, my ancestry. I'm like, what is up? I don't know. Oh well. Robin always figures that the ladies won't be able to find him, or they won't make the effort. He'll have to just, sit out in the woodland. He hopes they show up. He doesn't know. It's too dangerous in town. No. I guess, okay, next level. The fantasy, it would be, I want it to be reality, but we'll just say, because we're online, would be like, Thomas the Rhymer would be a good comparison, where literally the Queen of Elfhame comes out of a portal and you're like, wow. First, that would be your response as a guy. You're like, holy shit, what just happened? She's like, come with me. And you're like, oh, yes, thank you, I will. And just what would that be like to have a being like that appear out of a portal? Not like. Next option is they're like, oh yeah, we've been observing you. We've got a craft. Yeah, we know we're way ahead. We came to pick you up. And you're like, really? That would be the High Kitty commander. She's like, come on. You got to obey the rules on the ship or you're in deep shit. That's for sure. But I can do that. Robin's smart enough. He already gets the rules in advance. And doesn't do dumb shit. Hopefully. Oh my God. Yes, I want to live in a giant tree. And the tree can grow its own food. It sounds good to me. I mean, that'd be so cool. No money. Fucking no goddamn money. Oh my god. And no fucking commercials. Everything's free, goddammit. It grows in the tree, don't bitch. Oh my gosh. Like it would react to you if you were hungry and like whatever food you wanted, of course. Being able to run really fast, or maybe even go through a portal to appear in another part of the tree, right? It'd be huge. It would be all elves ever, infinite, whatever it is. But I don't know. That's my vision of what I would like heaven to be. You're like, it's elf world? Yeah, hell yes. You know what I mean? And I've decided that I wanted to live there my whole life. I'm like, I am an elf, and I enjoy that. I got to the point where I can imagine myself with ears or something, except it's my spirit form. So like my ears are up to here, but I look human. Started looking at my ears. I'm like, do I have a slight point on my ears? And I'm like, Oh man, no, like I guess I'm an elf. There's no escape. Mm-hmm. I think I'm more like Legolas though, or somebody like, aside from the long hair. Oh, maybe a combo, mix Aragorn with Legolas. Nah, Legolas is pretty awesome. He is the Wood Elf's son, Wood King, Wood Elf King. Mm-hmm. King of the Wood, right? That is where we come from, right? Yes. I was trying to look at something else, like a couple of, like a different Swedish wine, but people just look so tough. You look at the pictures, even the women look hard, like survive some shit, So people might be like, oh, you're old world. And I'm like, yeah, but old world's going to survive, right? Technology can disappear. Now, if your tech is independent, say a grid or whatever, insulated, then that's different. The majority of people do not have that. So I'm just like, without, say, Wi-Fi or something else, your laptop might be no better than, say, a goddamn paperweight after a while. Especially if you can't charge it. It will run out of juice. Right? So what's the use in technology versus memory? Right? That's why I said memorize your most important stories. Now, what's the best way of doing that? Doing it orally in videos, right? Yes. I don't know. Guess if I own a book, they don't care if I read it or something, but video, they're super up to, hardcore about it. So, whatever. Maybe if you say had permission from the artist, then it wouldn't matter. No copyright infringement would happen, right? You know what? I want a vehicle and a fucking portable goddamn house in the back of that bitch. I'm serious. And if that's all you can afford for Elfheim, then that's what that is. But that's what it would be. You're like, you would Falkish trim that? Yes, I would. God damn it. The grandparents would be like, what are you doing? This looks like shit. You know what I mean? Your grandfather, he's like a professional cabinet maker, so they would have specialized in ornamentals as well, Wow. No wonder I love wood. Can't help it. It's my bloodline too. Last name, like I said. So, Robin Wood. Nothing going on here. Nothing at all. They even made me an American on top of it. Oh my God. I don't even get to have an English accent. Not unless I fake it. You're either born with that shit or you are not. My friend from England, though, I remember. Oh my God. He was like, full English, and it was a big deal, But his neighbor, one night, we were down there having his homemade beer and wine, whatever. And he's from Italy, so he was making these thin crust Italian pizzas, like old school. That's how they would make them, super thin. And so you would get more topping versus, bread, where Americans shit's like goddamn that thick or whatever. And well, you know what I mean, not always. But. So that was interesting. And got to try a bunch of different little pizzas. He was a pro, though. I mean, his beer and the wine he made was perfect. I remember one time, I don't know, I was like 16. My friend's, he made this plum wine. He was a little older. His sister liked me or something, I don't know. She was into me or something. So I was over there chilling. And he's like, hey, Robert, you want to try this plum wine? It was thick, syrupy shit. And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. Let me try some of that shit. I was underage, so I was all about it. I'm not advocating that. I'm saying the story. Just relay the info. So anyway, I'm like, yeah, I'll try this. Little did I know, I swear to God, that dude fucking laced that shit with something. I'm thinking he fucking put some goddamn mushrooms in it or something because, okay, we just had a shot. So we go to the park, like the local park. And me and my friend are sitting there and we're like, oh my God. We had no idea what the hell. We thought that's what alcohol was. We were, just. We're like, we're gonna die. We're like freaking out. Nothing happened. I'm like, no, bro, we'll be fine. Just ride the wave. But I thought of that in context like mead, okay? What the hell did he mix in that shit? I have no idea, goddamn it. But I have never in my life had anything that met that. Nothing. No. Mm-mm. I've had absinthe, But no, I have no idea. But as thick as it was like, wow. I don't know. We survived, but it was kind of funny. My friend's like, oh God, I'm gonna die. So another time. So my friend's pretty young, and he decides he's gonna. He dropped acid, and I was like, what the hell? He's like, yeah. So we're at this house, and he decides to go in this back room, whatever. Got all this food storage back there. And the mason jars, I'll get to the point. There's a reason why I'm laughing. So I decide I am going to fuck with my friend. I know. It was an asshole move, but I couldn't help it. Because it was so fucked up. So he's in there. And I'm scratching on the door, and I'm like, the alien embryos or some shit. And he's like, oh my God. He's like into it. He believes it. He starts to cry. I'm just joking, bro. Okay, I'm kidding. They're not aliens. He's like, I know. I didn't lock him in there. He went in there. He wanted to go in there. I don't know. So he didn't get hurt. You know. So okay, another story. So we decide we're gonna go to the tower, okay, and this is like a local independent theater here, you know. And we're gonna get ourselves a bottle of Everclear. Bad idea. Fucking bad idea. Never again. Oh, you know, we're back there, we're like, yeah, I can do it. Yep. You know, or we thought we were tough or something. So we were like, drinking, mixing it with some shit. I don't know, we were like making jungle juice or some shit. And we decided we're going to go in and watch. Well, I don't know. I'm young at this point. I'm like underage, 19. I don't know. We go 18, 19 something. My friend's like a year younger. We go in there, we're sitting there. And both of us at the same time, we're like, bro, oh my God, I got to go outside, dude. I'm going to hurl. And he's like, it was the funniest response because it was totally in tune. He's like, Sam, yep. He immediately agrees and he's like, yeah, let's get the hell out of here. So before that happens, we're at the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I don't know why the fuck we went in there. Why the hell not? And they start fucking throwing goddamn toast. And we're getting ready. We want to hurl. We're like, oh God, get the hell out of here. We ejected out of that bitch. But they started throwing toast in, so you would have garbage bags and people would fucking cover themselves when people would throw shit. And there's part of the show. I don't know. I never got that deep into that shit, you know, but that was just once that I ever saw it or something. Oh my God. Oh, so we get outside. We're in the alleyway now and we're looking for somewhere to puke. You're like, how punk rock? I know. Fuck. So look to the side and there's these bushes, hedges, whatever, you know. I go over there, I'm like, no, take care of my shit. I'm not going to go into detail. So my friend hurls, but then he falls in the bush. And I'm sitting there watching, and I try not to laugh. That was my first one. I was like, oh my God. And I laughed a little bit, but I ran over there like, are you okay, dude? And I helped him get up. You know, like that drunk. Can I help you get up? Bullshit. Okay. Come on. Can you get up? Oh my God. Yeah, that was a good story. That was traumatizing. Okay, the point is this. There's always a moral of the story or virtue. We never did that again. And point is, we learned self-control. That was very much not a pleasant experience. And that is where drinking large amounts of hard alcohol became a very bad idea. I remember being at another friend's house. It was high school, whatever. His mom's got an alcohol cabinet. Oh, no, I did not have a big drinking problem. This is just a flash forward, whatever. So his parents were rich and they don't fucking, you know, they're not around. But it was interesting how out of control he was versus how more independent I was. Being raised with a single mom, I was like, well, I guess that makes sense. But he never learned certain levels of, say, emotional control because he didn't have anyone to check him. It was a single, like it's just him, one kid, whatever, So he's like, hey, you want to drink something? No, God, of course, you're an underage kid. And you're like, goddamn Mormonism, like, can't have shit. And I'm like, goddamn alcohol. Fuck yeah, I was already kind of wild. I was like, I'll try it. So he's like, okay. He pulls out some gin. Oh, God, I hate it. Oh, I still remember the nasty flavor till this day. That was the first and last time I ever drank gin. So I didn't drink large amounts. It was like, just, try something or whatever. Anyway. So lo and behold, we were downstairs, and this family's into fly fishing, hunting, and all the bullshit. There's like a 20 gauge rifle up on the wall that's not loaded, whatever. He gets fucked up. I don't know why the hell he did this. So I'm a teenager, and that fucker comes out of the goddamn back room, fucking naked. And he starts running at me, and I'm like, what the fuck? So what am I supposed to do? He starts to try to jump on me. So I'm like, fuck that. Programming set in, and I saw that goddamn 20 gauge up on the wall, and I just grabbed it like a club to protect myself. I'm like, listen, bitch ass, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. That was like the first and last time I ever went over there. And after that, I started going, man, rich kids are fucked up. I'm out of here. God damn it. It's safer around my ghetto friends. Fuck, they have common sense. These rich fuckers don't. They're used to just being spoiled and doing whatever the hell they want. I think about that in context of the old school people and how they would look at that. Oh my God, there's no way in hell you would get away with that shit. Grandpa would whoop your ass. God damn it, your dad would. He'd be like, there we do not do it that way on the mountain. Do you hear? And they look at you like that, say it. You say, yes, sir. You do not argue. No. But they do. And, you ever see them, they'll sit there and be talking shit to their parents, in public, whatever. That would never happen in the old school. No. You look at the old school and you see those kids are like, generally, calm, quiet, centered, something. But they didn't have all of the modern influence. So thinking about my great-grandfather telling stories, right? Before the meal and after the meal. Wow. That made me feel good. I was like, but at the same time feel a little bit lonely about it. I'm like, man, that would have been cool. I didn't have that. That would have been nice. But I had my grandmother, my mom's mom was really sweet, and I remember her well, but I didn't get to get those connections, right? So by the time, let's say, you have a single mom and she remarries, now you get to be traumatized for a second time. Now, middle of high school, that's very disruptive. And to me, I just got to the point of being so mad at the person my mom chose that I didn't like him. Wow. That high school just went pew, pew. Because I had a mentality of wanting a PhD at that age. But it derailed everything because my goal was, PhD in art and music. But it goes the way it goes. So my life has now gone this way, where that could have been my life. And this would have never existed. Catch? not in this particular form. When you have, say, rites of passage breakdown, then like my sisters recovered, right? Because they had my mom to imprint on, whatever. And they're married and they did well and whatever. But for the boys, what we see consistently as our male role models being called bad. So therefore, if they are bad, then we are bad. See what I'm saying? It's like a mentality of feeling like men are evil, fuck men, especially if they've been abusive to you, like they were to me. And you're like, the women are nice, and I'm straight, and fuck it. It's hard being a creative guy that actually thinks about things. I don't know. And so I think I'm the perfect candidate for Robin Hood, to be quite honest. I think there's more than one. I think that energy exists, for sure. Because I am that. Always have been since I was young. I probably imprinted on it at a young age, because my dad most likely had it playing in the background where I literally became that. I cannot explain it to people other than them thinking I'm a nutbag. I don't care. And get the consistent poking. Robert, quit denying it. You know you're Robin. Okay, god damn it, I don't need people to know if I am. Yeah, I'm coming. I already have to hide from all these women chasing me. Get the hell out of here. God damn it. Can I have a moment of fucking peace? Imagine you can hear everything. And so you don't. And then they know you can hear. So like the ones with abilities, they'll be messing with you. They'll be like, they'll be pestering you to the point where they won't leave you alone. You're like, God damn it, shut the hell up. And then that's when I have to go hide in the oak tree and lock the door and have a little barrier there. Block out the other energy. Robin didn't want to listen. He put it on mute. He turned it down a little bit. He can still hear. Even if he's deep inside the earth, he can still hear that type of thing. You know? I think that's a happier way to live than thinking you're a worthless piece of trash, right? But I think Robin would probably relate to that, feeling like he was worthless if he couldn't achieve. I think about that in my grandfather's context of him saying that he felt worthless once he could not work. It's like, wow. The level, say, of mentality between a modern person and how my grandfather thought. I was like, damn, it's kind of fucking harsh. Yeah. It was a harsh goddamn existence. And only the toughest humans survived. And this is something I've learned because I worked the room that Tony Hawk spoke in, and he was talking about surviving concussions. Okay. And that he, depending on your genetics, that you survived impact and damage, say, better than other people. And I think I'm one of those individuals because I've survived several blows and things like that, you know. And I think that is generally a trait of, say, like a warrior bloodline is that extra toughness was bred in, right? Whether you are a woman or a man, it's still going to be there, right? So I think Wild Man in the Wood is just built into me genetically, not just that way. I don't know. Just my dad naming me Robert for whatever reason, you know. Too many Roberts. Yep. All the way back. So I'm like, good grief. My dad fused me into my own bloodline, knowing that. He knew. You hear? I don't care anymore. I'm just going to say it. Whatever. Even like my dad's first name is Ray, and that means light. Here. Lou, hello. Connecting the dots, yeah. Robin gets annoyed because he has to spell it out. Me explaining myself to others. God, that's how it is. They're like, huh? Yeah, huh. I'm like, haven't you noticed there's something different about me? Not like other people. I've realized that. I'm like, God damn it. I am folkish to the core. And I know it's because I grew up on a small farm. I know that. My mom was country. You know, my dad grew up with his dad was a goddamn greaser, a real one. Those guys are fucking no joke. James Dean. James Dean is a goddamn pussy compared to my fucking grandfather. He would get his ass dropped in 2 fucking seconds. That's how tough my fucking granddad was. No joke. Like, people have gotten weaker as time's gone on. So I often wonder, what was the goddamn strength and mental capability if you had to survive and succeeded in the woodland? Well, that must mean you know what you're doing. So that's why the wild one of the wood would be valuable, because that person would keep you alive versus rich bitch ditching you on the side. Catch what I'm saying? I mean, as a guy doing that to a lady is what I'm saying. He's the bitch, not her. And I call guys bitches that act like that, so that's what it is. That's how I use it. I do not use it in reference to women. Nope. Use it in the context that it is. I often wonder, though, what the emotional frequency will be. See, because that determines action. So you're standing next to somebody, right? And you learn to register, like, an aggression principle, where you say, hey, they're radiating something. And I felt that. And say you moved out of the way or whatever, something happened. And then you're like, I was right, and you got out of the way and started listening to that all the time. Yeah. Might keep you alive, huh? That's what I'm saying. People are too focused on what other people have to give them rather than, do I love that person? Does that person love me? Okay? So when things break down, they don't have that. Because the pleasure seekers left their ass on the side of the road. And guess what? Robin is about love. True love, not bullshit. He will give up his life for that. I'm like that. I know that. So I said, whoa, to the core. What can I say? Nothing else had value to me. So why have a relationship that is nothing? That's not forever. That's how Robin thinks. Not just 2 seconds. God damn it. Makes me sad. I start getting mad. Sorry. I take it personal. I do. And they won't let me play music anymore. They pooped on me. Said, you may not do this. Told you. Not in my world. God damn it, music is free. Robin will goddamn teach you himself. Here is an enchanted harp. Just listen to it. It will guide you and show you what you need to do. It's true. It's true. And I feel like that is our folk soul. That is a connection to our what? Our ancestors, right? Our grandfather or grandmother, whatever. My greatest hope, I guess, the Queen of Elfham will find me, yeah? But I'll be like, well, she said to wait here, and if she shows up, then okay, but if not, then sorry. You have been Ubered, and there is nothing for you, Robin. Robin, you are not Uber enough for her. I'm so sorry. Did you graduate from Oxford? No, I did not. I graduated from the woodland. I have to learn to laugh quietly so they don't find you. No more music? Oh, well. I had kind of run through the gambit of doing that. I wish I could see a picture or something. Oh, well. Tell me, which way is home? Home is Elf Tree. Did you hear me? Goddamn Kermit on a fucking lily pad. That is home. Stop cursing. Kermit on the lily pad. That's right. Now, we went to the ocean, yeah. Ocean water. Nope. Yep, I'm in the woodland. Yep. That's how we're doing it. Tell me. Told me to come back, so I did. I'm here. Can't talk to anyone though. Have to Skype. You're like, we don't use that anymore, Grandpa. I know. You don't know the new super duper app from freaking whatever app Slappy, whatever the fuck it's called. You're like, Grandpa's like, what the hell is this bullshit? You know, it's like, I know Grape Ape, I don't know app. You know, that'd be something my grandmother would say. The queen, I call her the Queen of Puns. That was her favorite shit. Something clever. It's English. There we are. Am I written up or fired yet? As Robin and Robert both fired themselves. Yep. Robin fired himself. Said, yep, I'm out of here. God damn it, get the hell out of here. Start yelling at yourself, you are fired. The funniest part is when you agree with yourself. You're like, yes, I am fired. Where will we go? What is this existence? You know, compared to Elf World in my imagination, this is a pile of keister. I don't know. Free food and no money sounds good. You're like, really? Yeah. It's like, how fast would reality shift if all of a sudden it's not a big deal to be able to eat? Catch what I mean? That allows you to focus on higher function versus lower function. You can feel sometimes helicopters or planes go overhead and they will vibrate the entire ground. Just thinking about that in context to the recent earthquakes we had here, that's become central. And I hope we do not have more. But I remember watching this guy, he does like earthquake broadcasts. I know, it's really nerdy, I don't care. But he will show like where the different earthquakes have struck, say, for that day. He will have the time, whatever, you know. And then he will go through and map where each of those earthquakes occur, right? Pattern recognition. And so you can see, does it increase? Now, are there multiples? Right? So just like trigger points emotionally. So if Yellowstone, for any reason, again, I'm back to that, got triggered, we could just look that up. Should I read about it? Let's look it up. Yellowstone goddamn super volcano. But there's a reason why my intuition's there's usually something going on, right? I don't know. More so a warning because we have so many fault lines here. It could be nothing, you know. I've lived here my whole life. I've never seen that, but lately it's like anything could happen. Put in Yellowstone, the volcano, baby. Okay. Ooh, caldera. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my God. So this is fucking Wyoming. Now, holy shit. This gets my heart rate up a bit. Now, the Yellowstone caldera is a volcanic caldera, and listen, super volcano. That ain't just a regular size volcano, baby. Okay. In Yellowstone National Park. Now, Wyoming is my neighbor as a state, right? Okay. Yellowstone National Park in western United States, sometimes referred to as the Yellowstone supervolcano. The caldera and most of the park are located in the northwest corner of Wyoming. I'm reading from Wikipedia. The major features of the caldera measure about 34 by 45 goddamn miles. What the hell? If that bitch ass, oh my God, and that's just, whoa, that has, you know, oh my God, okay. The caldera formed during the last of the three super eruptions. Wow, listen to this. And then the world was 6,000 years old. No. Those super eruptions they're saying happened over the past 2.1 million years. All right? Oh my God. I'll be your huckleberry. Right? Okay, no joke. The Huckleberry Ridge eruption 2.1 million years ago, which created, wow, the Island Park caldera and the Huckleberry Ridge tuff, the mesa means table, it's like a tabletop of stone, right? Mesa Falls eruption, okay, 1.3 million years ago. All right. So it's been a long time, which created the Henry's Fork caldera. So it's like a giant goddamn pimple, right? Building up pressure, whatever. It doesn't release somehow, it's going to explode eventually, right? Just makes sense. It's a matter of time, logic. Okay, the Henry's Fork caldera and the Mesa Falls tuff and the Lava Creek, here it is, eruption approximately 630,000 years ago. Still a long period of time. Right? So it's kind of showing a pattern that every once in a while it goes and it's going to poop out something, right? Which created the Yellowstone caldera and the Lava Creek. All right, moving down. Ooh, volcanism at Yellowstone. Volcanism at Yellowstone is relatively recent, with calderas that were created during during large eruptions that took place, and then go back into all the shit. Okay, we're going down. The calderas lie over a hot spot under the Yellowstone Plateau. See, and that's what I'm concerned about, is the magma, all right? Where light and hot magma, molten rock, from the mantle rises toward the surface. So not only do you have ash, you have pieces of stone flying and landing down on everything. That'll go straight through a goddamn building. Here? Whoa. Plus the force of the blast, whatever, depending. Now, the hotspot appears to move across terrain, so now it's moving here. Terrain in the east-northeast direction. Now, could this be connected to something larger? Well, if you say are doing shell drilling and whatever they do, you could fucking disrupt the goddamn fucking plate and cause an earthquake potentially, or a sinkhole. You're fucking with fractures, right? Deep inside the crust. And that can set off some kind of trigger, so it's really, dangerous. You are weakening it over time, right? Shell oil, shale, whatever. The past 18 million years or so, this hotspot has generated a succession of violent eruptions and less violent floods of basaltic lava. Now, basalt is the stones we would use for massage, that's why I know, and they're known as porous, okay? And they will retain heat or whatever for good periods of time. Together, these eruptions, because the heat can transfer inside the stone, got it? Easier. Together, these eruptions have helped create the eastern part of the Snake River Plain. So that's a famous river around here that they would fish. To the west of Yellowstone. From a once mountainous region, at least a dozen of these eruptions were so massive that they are classified as super eruptions. That's what I'm concerned about. That happened. And then I'm buried. You say, but you see me all fearful, freaking out now. Just that is a possibility. So that makes me go, just on the offset goddamn chance that shit could happen, I'm getting the hell out of here. Where can I go to get out of the blast range, right? Yeah. Wow. Okay. Volcanic eruptions sometimes empty their stores of magma so swiftly that the overlying land, listen, collapses into the emptied magma chamber. Whoa. Now, how big are those chambers again? 45 miles across? Whoa. You're talking a strip of land, possibly 45 miles? Whoa. And then that would just fucking sink into the earth. Whoa. Possibly. More than likely, yes. Because it's a process of it breaking down, right? It's like you would have ice on top of a frozen river, and then you would have water maybe that wasn't frozen underneath. So if that collapses, all the ice falls in, and now it's liquid. There's nothing. The oldest identified caldera remnant straddles the border near McDermott, Nevada, Oregon, although there are volcaniclastic piles, faults. See, you get your fault lines too here. And all these plates are interconnected, even if they're several miles apart. Fine caldera complexes with 60 kilometers, 37 miles in diameter. Okay, and the Carmax group of southwest central Yukon. This is cool, they're going into other areas. Now you've got Canada, Yukon, Canada, whatever, which are interpreted to have been formed 70 million years ago by the Yellowstone hotspots. Wow. So that spread that far. And see, that is what you got to think about. Is how far spread would something like that be if it was that massive? Would it take out the U.S., not just Utah? Right? I'd be like, yeah, getting the hell out of here. And we're going to Europe. They're just buying Europe up, drive the prices down and ruin the countries or something, right? And they won't give a damn about the U.S. They'll just get the hell out of here. They've got other lands. They don't need it. They don't care. That's the reality. So then when you realize that, you're like, holy shit. Yes, holy shit. Those guys have their shit, whatever, their bunkers of food or whatever they have. Progressively younger caldera remnants, most grouped in several overlapping volcanic fields. Okay, we're into this. No. Going down. I wonder if there's one in New York. I don't know. Maybe. Mount St. Helens 1980 eruption. I remember that shit. Wow, so I was 4 when that shit happened. Biggest super eruption formed Yellowstone caldera. I already looked at that. We're going down. Earthquake data. See, and that's another thing you can do is keep an eye on your on the seismic activity. But that dude was able to track a lot more, right? As far as what if earthquakes are not shown? then you don't know unless you are in tune. Something to consider. The source of the Yellowstone hotspot was controversial. Like, even the wind felt weird before that earthquake. You know, something harsh. For all this shit happened. How do I explain that? Well, that's what I felt. A heavy wind came into the valley and started blasting. And yeah, there was a storm, but there was a vibe that I felt. Weird. Hydrothermal. So now we're adding, steam, pressure, and that's where you get your kaboom, kind of like a dry ice. If you take dry ice and put it in like a 2-liter bottle, it'll blow the cap off or whatever. Chile earthquake. But I'm pretty sure the Army Corps of Engineers was down there checking out those magma pits, doing readings, whatever. But if that bitch ass went, oh my God, I would obliterate. That is like, that is Ragnarok. Serious. I'm just like, man, am I just too aware? Is that what it is? Do I need to go back to sleep so I just fucking don't notice that that's going to happen? So then I just thought, what is life about? Well, at this point, at my age, it's about one thing. You know what it is? True love. True love of family and woman. Period. Since I don't have a woman, I just hope. But no whiny bitchness. Nope. That's the way it is. It's hard to relate to a lot of people who are not folkish. I just can't. If she is not folkish, I cannot even be interested at this point. What do I do? You're like, what do I mean by that? Well, if you're not like me, then you don't know. You're just sitting in the chat hearing me go blah, blah, blah. But I think you know what I'm saying. It's like hanging out with people who are not into the same type of music you're into, that type of thing. So you got to listen to their shit, you're not into it. And then when you play yours, they're not into that. So you're like, okay, well, whatever. I'm adaptable, right? Ultimately, acoustic music is the shit. It is. And I get it tuned again, but I decided to put the new strings on the Seagull so I'd have nice strings on it. And then I changed the gauge, so now it is a medium of more bass versus a light gauge. But then again, I thought as a player, like let's say shit started shutting down, I wouldn't be able to get guitar strings. So I would have to like have my guitar strings stockpiled. Like how many sets could I carry on me or that type of thing. But then it comes down to you can't carry 10 instruments on you, right? You might have like one larger style, one small, or maybe just one small. Or you would have, say, like a mandola and a flute. That's lightweight. Maybe a flat drum, like you saw. I played that growing up. I just gravitated to it. I still have it. I do still have the drum that my friend played, who passed away. But the drumstick I had, that got thrown away. And it was this symbol, that I remembered that I'd made a staff from a sycamore branch from the park. That one, that other piece came from, I think it was Dead Horse Point or something. That's where that piece of stone fell off, but it disappeared. Yep, my mom was like, she didn't know, so she threw it away. It's funny, how that works, and that was important to me, right? It's part of my heritage, in my own, forming my own way. But I thought, okay, well, maybe it is time to let go, and that is a symbol. It is powerful, especially folk culture. Anything to do with tribe and music is a big deal. It's generally associated with ritual. That's why I do it, because I know that, and it feels good to say wise women are good versus allowing people to use witch as a curse word. That's wrong. That is discrimination. But in modern culture, certain forms of discrimination are it's like, oh, well, that's an unprotected group or something. I don't know. But I'm like, I am not just a color on the palette. I am a tribe. That's where I started getting mad. I'm like, you don't know. And I was so folkish naturally. I was like, well, it kind of hurt me. I'm like, God damn. So just because I look this way, you think I'm this way. You assume. That's a foolish thing, right? So I'm careful how I conduct myself and get pigeonholed real quick. That is right. Robino just wants to be an elf ranger, okay? I need a goddamn mansion. And I feel a true, let's say, lady or gentleman does not need a goddamn mansion. They need love. End of discussion. Not weird codependent abusive horse shit. That's for goddamn sure. So that's what I decided. I'm going to become the greatest asset to women I possibly can because of what I watched my mother go through and the fact of what she survived, and not be a bitch ass to women, period. And that's a big deal to me. Take it personally. And if I see, especially guys acting like jackasses, and then I'm pagan and I have to listen to fucking witch being used as a curse word. It's worse than the fucking F-bomb to me, being used like that. Serious. And I heard that dude say that to another Latino chick. And I was like, what the hell? He's Latino. He's Mexican. I stood up for her. She's not of my tribe. I don't care. She's a woman. You shouldn't fucking talk to her like that. And he should know, because I know that culture well. I had a friend from Mexico growing up, and he's traditional. He'd go to his house, his mom cooked, and his dad worked his ass off. They aren't fucking lazy. So to be prejudged fucking pisses me off, because they don't know my goddamn life. Just because I acknowledge my tribal aspect does not mean I get to be pigeonholed, right? It's hateful, because I'm not. That will not keep me alive, right? Things I think about, I know. And you already feel shitty, right? If you have low self-esteem, you had a hard life, whatever, you're already going to be mad. They're like, you are this, you are a white male. Yeah, no shit. Okay, so Now, I have to, because I use male and female, and I have to remember there is a context in what that means. That's why I started saying lady and gentleman versus male female. It's impersonal, for one. For two, it refers to animals, not humans. Things I have to remind myself because you get stuck in using certain terminology. Interesting, isn't it, that that's on an application when that is a reference that is relatable. So what is that saying? That you are not human. That you are an animal, chattel, versus a people. Just like the word name, I believe that's Roman or Latin based, but whatever, but it goes back to Rome. So now what is your title, right? Your title is who you are, not that bullshit. And that is what people forgot. That is why true love got thrown in the trash. And I am that. So I just figured I was worthless and I should leave. Is that sad? It is a little bit. But that's how I am. And I don't expect other people to get that. You're going to think it's weird. I don't give a shit. Better than being a cold-hearted person who doesn't give a goddamn. Serve self first. Bullshit. That is not how Robin thinks. Robin will fucking starve himself just to make sure everybody can have food. Don't tell me that shit. People have to wake up to reality. If you value people, you need to act so. Because, losing my father the way I did, that taught me that lesson harshly. Everything up to this point has happened to prepare me for this crazy, stupid shit. People pulling levers, that's how I feel. And then affecting other people's emotions on a mass scale, scaring the shit out of people, basically. Oh, well, it's always been that way, the warlord mentality. They're not associated with tribe and love, got it? It's domination. You gotta get to the fucking base boiling point principle rather than being lost in the goddamn details. See the right details. That's what, like, say, a Navy SEAL learns, I would think. That's my opinion, of course. Being that I am not that, and I have not earned that, I can only perceive and learn from what I saw, right? Because I say 70% do not graduate. Okay. You get 100 people, 70 of those people cannot hang, right? 30 of them make it, and then only top percentage of that become squad leaders. And generally, that's like 4 people or something, I don't know. Each having their own specialty, medical, weapons, whatever it is. You're always going to have a medical officer, okay? And you protect that dude, because that dude will keep your ass alive. That's generally how it was. The medic they would try to take your medic out, in like a battle or something. Same principle as folk medicine being attacked and then repackaged and sold. So that's what happened. Just like the ginseng roots that were here, the American ginseng roots were over 100 years old or older, which means goddamn potent as shit. And that was sold away. But I remember a story about fucking Daniel Boone, having several, 15 fucking thousand pounds of ginseng root, and not the fucking weak ass shit. You're like, God damn, what happened? And then the story of that master that was over 250 years old. Well, you ever consider that certain people figured out how immortality works? You know, I considered that a long time ago. I'm like, the only thing that makes sense to me is there's like some immortals that run the fucking earth behind the scenes. Because they, access to tech, private development, you're only seeing old science in any mainstream shit, anywhere, in my opinion, of course. I have no foreknowledge of that. That's just my brain and how it works. So I live in a way where I'm like, damn, I grew up folkish and now I'm in goddamn cyber fucking reality. We had computers, but it wasn't to this degree. This shit is so interlaced and stacked that you literally cannot go anywhere without camera or tech something, you know. And so do we get to the point where we are on camera 24/7 and there is zero privacy to anything, not even like intimacy with your loved one that you're with, whatever, romantically? I mean, what kind of reality is that? Then I would like go, oh my God, Robin, run to the goddamn woodland. Get the hell out of here. You're like, just find one good woman and escape this bitch ass, please. That's how it feels, honestly. But then you're like, I love my family. God damn it, can I save everyone? I don't know. Gotta make choices. That's what I would do. That's how I am. So I think about that. I'm like, okay, I'm in the bunker. Imagine this is Ragnarok. What would you do? Like, if you knew shit was gonna fucking just be destroyed, would you seek after what you really wanted, or would you ass scratch? Because if you ass scratch, then you are stagnant and you will not get what you want. And I know this. I've learned that. I even have that mentality. I will doggedly go after something. And if it takes me 2 years. You care that much? Yes. Yes, I do. Is that amazing? I know. It amazed me when I thought about it. Because you could, like, your parents could set a seed in you wanting to help you, right? But you're angry or whatever, frustration. So you don't listen. And years later, some crazy shit happens. You go, I don't know what to do. Oh yeah, mom and dad said this wisdom over here was a good idea. Grampy said, and you go ding, and all that time you were bitching at them for teaching you. This is the funny part. You had to admit they were right, and your ego getting in the way is why you couldn't learn. Realizing that and being humble enough to go, whoa. You mean there's a greater wisdom than you, possibly? Well, possibly. Or could you access a greater wisdom within? Well, I have done both, plus developed those regions of my brain. Huh? So therefore, be more sensitive and aware versus someone, say, and this is where the connection, lack of harmony, who hasn't, I can't connect with them. They are not on my frequency. It will only slow me down. I know. However, if I met a lady who was on my mental ability frequency, we got something. And that's where the whole typo negative thing comes in, or just rhesus negative in general. Because a rhesus negative woman will not have to have a shot, say if I was, I got her pregnant or something happened. Where a rhesus positive woman, she just makes a baby, no problem, right? Rhesus negative cannot do that. As I said. Now, what does that tell you? It denotes something. Different species. This is my conclusion based on what I see. I am a result of a near extinct species of human. That's reality. Being that I am O negative. Small percentage. There's smaller percentages than me, but you know what I'm saying? I keep tripping out on this. Does it have something to do with frequency? So I'm like, okay, this is what I'll do. Send out my vibe, and maybe the O negative lady will find me. She wouldn't be able to resist. She would have to. You know why? Because I'm her only option. Small percentage. Now, imagine the percentage of folkish people that are like me. Holy shit. The percentages are getting smaller. So then I'm like, oh God, that's never going to happen. I start getting depressed. I'm like, God. No. Robin's known for finding everyone, but you know what the biggest lesson for Robin is to sit and let them find him. And if they don't, then they don't. There we go. And that's what I think. Because the first move will be they will not trust anyone. So, like, you're weird, I don't trust you. You are not trusting your intuition. Robin tests you. He is the spirit of the wood and expects you to be in tune. So if she's not in tune, then she will not be compatible. Where are you focused? See what I'm saying? And that is how I think. That's me to the core. I'll seek you out, but God damn it, I always seek people out, so I just get tired of it. If you like me that much, then come on. That type of thing, Rob. That's what I think. That's my version of Robin Hood. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm old. I'm not 25 anymore. No. 44 in the 2020. We made it here. Welcome to the future, huh? So I decided folk culture is so supreme that if I'm going to save one thing, that's going to be it. Right? And if I'm willing to haul my guitar in my back, then I will do it, baby. What do you think? This is what I do. This is what I decided value was. It's like I have already boiled it down. Ahead of time. Because I imagine I'm like the spirit of the wood singing out. And those that hear my song are true. But if you are not true, you will not hear it in the same way. It just sound like music. But in the spirit realm, that's different. Because vibration and energy are connected. My hand's stiff and cold. I'm sitting here. And tune, but not right now. All I ever wanted was living in the woodland. True love. Oh man, I was just a worthless man. Robbing how I am. That's all I ever was. Robbing how I am. That's all I was anyway. That's a go. Living in a troubled land, down by the river, easy on. Down in a troubled land, easy on the sea. Be waiting down by the riverside for you to see. Grandmother, grandfather sitting by the rocking chair, down by the oak tree. See that corn dropping to the ground, yeah. Feel the seed as the root spreads down, yeah. But you weren't interested anyway. Told me to move on. Think you just got a psychosis in the brain. So I had left anyway. I've been out wide. I don't need to be anything else but a robber now I am. Bobcat on the mountain, son, I'm coming straight on through. If you're coming my way, come on. Sitting out here in the pouring rain, no, no. All I have left is a folk soul anyway. I told her, you don't see me by now, you're never gonna see me anyway. So may as well just walk on the road, yeah. 'Cause all I ever was a folk soul anyway. You said, we don't need those around here. Money and a contract ain't a thing to me, no. Stay real poor, but I keep my folks so shine on. I don't need it anyway. Lost the flavor in my mouth, but I don't know. Robin, I staying round fireside. It's all I had anyway. I step on man and not sell my dream away. Not much anyway, but it's what I have to stay. souls are heading away. Saw you floating in the air, scared of the lances rising wind. So as the wind blows, here I come, here I go. Sure as the wind blows, sure as the wind blows. All I ever was anyway was a folk soul to stay way down. Robin, I was froggy in a froggy land. Robin, I am. Robin, I am. Oh, I can hear it in the woodland, shaking on me. Take me to the other realm. I was waiting for the queen of hell fame on my way. Open up a gateway. Take me to the other side, looking for a dream with you. Well, Robin, don't you know? Robin, Robin in the woodland said, Robert Wood I am. Yo. Down in the woodland, in the swampland. Just about that time I saw the golden toad hop on up and spit out 2 corns and say we need a deal. She didn't know. You want 2 corns of wisdom on the side, yeah. Yeah, well, the 2 men said 2 different things. Yeah. One took the deal and one said no. Guess on which one I am. Robin, how I am, I said. Well, told that told no, but I'll take some wisdom on the side. See, all right, he said. Yeah, there's more coins down there in the pond, as many as you could ever get. And if they ever need help, Robin, you know where they are. Yeah, I know. Down in the pond, said. Didn't believe me when I said I was Robin, how I am, but you can hear me voice that said, you know, shine on. You tell me which way to go. On down, we wait. No, she won't wait down there. She's gone already out. She'll be sitting in the woodland at a crowd in the woodland bee. Trouble on the wind, trouble on the wind, yeah, be on the way real fast. Never know kindness is way from down, she said. My father's real mean and my two brothers don't give a goddamn. Come on. She helped me on up and seemed to twist my ankle on the rock, you know. I said I will carry wherever you need to go. That's why they call me Ramanio. Carry you on the way where you need to go. Carry you on the way, 'cause I'm Ramanio. Maybe you didn't know, so they don't need me anymore. 'Cause true love died a long time ago, but I said no. 'Cause I hold the pain, that's all I am. Can't hide myself in a chamber of heart and soul. Whoa. No, you didn't see me anyway. 3 strings and a song was all I ever need. I knew there was a reason why I felt this way. 'Cause I said, Robin, now you can't be real. Well, I am. Way down said no. Guess I just go to the woodland red. Guess I just let true love die, no. And I hide it away in a chamber of heart and soul. I said, come on home, stay with me, darling. True love away a long time ago. But I'm here back to say, true love here, true love to stay. Oh, I stay old wise on the breeze with me. Stayed on you, whatever wanted to see. With help him on the breeze. Near me in the woodland, seeing the astro realm. You know I travel fast 'cause I'm rather not wise. Wait. Shine for me, that's what she said. Even if I die in the pouring rain, come for you, my love, inside of the dawn. You know I'm coming real fast, come on. Robin's on the way. Trouble in town, they said I know. Trouble in town, they said I know, 'cause I'm on my way. See you long time. father in the woodland. But a long time ago, got a picture in the ground, see. But I remember got a dream and a gateway. My father told me I'm prepared to cause I'm the father of Robin Ayo. My brother's name is Thomas, and you can see that Thomas the Rhymer is which way? Folks sold to the core, father and mother on the way. And my great granddaddy gonna tell me a story on the way. Robin, who I am, you tell me this way. Born on the goddess day. You don't know who I am. Robin, who I am. Robin, who I Robin, who I am. If you see me down on the riverside, send me a line. I got told must be croaking like a toad anyway. Never mind. That's what he said. On the chance he could be there, circle on the breeze. Which of the wood on the way, see? Which of the wood? Wise woman in the woodland be? In the woodland be. Heart's flame to sing. Burn, burn, burn. Burn, yeah. Burn, 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 so. It's raising up from the ground, oh. I know I'm gonna rise on up. Yeah, some of us are born many times, but Robin I was only born once. This is all I got to say. I don't need more than one time. I do it right the first time, yeah. But I got my great granddaddy on the line, and he's coming in time, you know. Circle around, it's just cycles anyway. Didn't think you were that warm, but you know, lost your memory a long time ago. I took it away from me. As I turned to stone, couldn't feel anything anymore. Still to hide true love away, put it deep inside the stone of my heart. White heart ember burn. So if the volcano ash All I can say is the road was on the way. Yeah. Epic on the way. Epic on the way. I can feel the ground shaking. I can feel the ground shaking. I don't know. All I ever had is true love anyway. Step you wait for love. We wait for love. Out on the riverside. Robin, I